Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another tutorial session for Serum. I'm Lawrence Phillip, also known as DJ Random, and I'm also an instructor at SAE Jakarta for the electronic music production course. So today we're gonna try to create some EDM chord or a supersaw sound on Serum, which is pretty easy actually. And as usual on my tutorial, I'm not trying to go after a specific sound from like specific artist or DJ or producer. Instead, we're just gonna explore kind of like what we can come up with Serum, and at the same time we get to learn to use all the function that's available at Serum. So anyway, I already prepared some chord here, so this is basically the chord that I have. So it's just your standard EDM chord kind of thing. So next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna detune this because this is already saw, and like I said, we're trying to make like a super saw sound. So let's just detune this into 7 sound, and then this is what we should have. So by detuning this oscillator, we already got like a nicer sound than the previous one. Right now I feel like the sound is a little bit kind of like in the mid tone area, so I want to have like some higher end frequency kind of things. Let's just activate this oscillator B, and there's an option here, copy oscillator A to oscillator B. So basically we have the same exact one now, but we have to differentiate it, because otherwise if we just play it right now, it's just going to be louder. That's all it's going to do. So let's put this one octave up, and then let's differentiate this a little bit. Let's make this wider on the detune, and let's make this narrower a little bit. And this is what we should have. It's already much nicer. That's a lot more rich in tone. And then the next thing that I want to do is let's put a sub here, but instead of the traditional sine wave for a sub, I want to use this as my third oscillator. So let's go with the saw, and let's go 1 octave below, just so we have like a nice low end thing to make this sounds really thick. So this is what it should sound now. So it's like nice and thick. And then the next thing is I want to add a little bit of brighter upper frequency sound. So let's add some noise here. Turn it on. Let's go with this is some noise that I really like, which is the SH1, which is coming from the Roland SH101. This should sound like this now. So it sounds much brighter. Right now I feel that this feels a little bit too stabby, so let's add a little bit more release on envelope 1. So that sounds much nicer, but this is kind of like, it's nice, but it's kind of boring, you know, because it's not dynamic enough. Let's make some modulation here on the filter. And before we do that, if we want to hear what the filter does, we have to route all this oscillator to the filter. So in here there's A, which is oscillator A, B is oscillator B, N is noise, S is sub. So everything's in there. So you can kind of imagine, you know, if we start the chord like this on our sequence, and then that would make a really nice build up, you know. But it's still kind of boring when you only have kind of like a low pass going on kind of thing. So let's modulate it with the envelope. So this is what I'm gonna do. Let's kill all the sustain. Let's put this all the way down. Let's assign this here. Then let's see. So it sounds a little bit more plucky in the beginning, and then we can do this. So yeah, that sounds so much better, but still, I think we can make it a little bit more dynamic. Let's go to the effects section, I guess, to make this sounds even bigger. So, oh yeah, before we go to the effects section, the sub, I don't want this to be affected by the effects because it's low frequency, you know. I don't want it to create all this weird sound. We have this option of direct out, so when we put it direct out, this is basically bypassing the effects. So let's just turn that on, and then let's go to the effects. First thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to use the hyper dimension, which is to widen things up. I usually don't mess around with hyper, but I use the dimension a little bit. And then let's use a chorus. And then we'll use EQ to kill some of that low end rumble. So we'll just use a high pass filter here, and let's flatten out the Q so we don't have those. Just sounds a little bit cleaner. And then what I want to do is I want to add a compressor, but let's put it below the EQ, and we'll switch it to multi-band. See, that multi-band compressors make a big difference, you know. So suddenly make everything opens up and it's just that much bigger. And then let's add some reverb, but let's put this after the compressor. And for some shit and giggle, let's add delay. Once again, we put it below the compressor. Let's go with the long feedback. Switch it to ping pong. Let's go with 1/8 and 1/16. So we have the super nice and thick sound. And then let's assign it to the macro controller. The reason why we want to do macro controller, so like with just one turn of a knob, we have a bunch of things that we can control. So let's go with this cutoff, so I don't have to keep turning the cutoff. So now if you that's kind of cool, but I don't think that's kind of dynamic enough, you know. So let's hide some of the sound. So what I want to do is let's put this here. So ideally what I want to do is like when the macro is completely down, and then all the volume of the other oscillator will be off. So let's assign all these right here. like some really nice huge sound, but I think there are a few things that we can do more, which is what I want to do is I want to lessen this release as we go, as we open, because some of them are like clashing. And then I want to lower some of this volume because it's so loud. And then let's go here. So pretty much by doing that, we create something that's a whole lot more dynamic, you know, instead of just like your static sounding chords. So let's hear it again. So yeah, so it's pretty easy to make it. If you notice there, we just kind of like explore, messing around a little bit, and we get some really nice supersaw sound. If you guys want to explore more on this patch, I will have it available for download on the description below. So that's it, guys. EDM chord or supersaw on Serum. If you guys have any question or have any requests to make certain sound, just fire up your question on the comment down below. Also, if you guys like this tutorial, please subscribe to my channel. Once again, guys, thank you for watching and see you in the next video.